Hi guys, it's 412 Sports Cards here today, back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about how you deal with the USPS slowdown as a sports card investor. So we all know that the USPS has been very bad lately. I've had a number of cards that I bought like 2 weeks ago, still aren't here, and obviously that's a real issue when everyone's buying and selling on eBay. The shipping is an essential part of card buying and selling nowadays. And I just want to go over some tips and some strategies to maybe help you make the best and help mitigate some of the troubles that the USPS is causing right now. So first, we'll just go over some general best practices as a seller. So first off, I'd 100% be buying insurance on your packages. Now more than ever, it's really likely that something could get lost in the mail. I mean, we've seen it happen numerous times. And as a seller, you should really be protecting yourself. You can get the peace of mind of knowing that you're not going to be out all the money of your cards that you're shipping if USPS loses them. And that's really huge. And a lot of people don't buy insurance because it's expensive. But just to give you some rates up quick, if you don't know them. So it's about $2.05 for $100, $2.45 for $200, and $4.60 for each $100 of insurance after that. Now that's what the USPS website says, but I'm almost positive when you buy them on eBay, they reduce the postage rates, and I'm pretty sure you can get them for cheaper on there. I've definitely been able to insure stuff over $1,000 for, reasonable prices, like in the $30 to $40 range. And that does sound like a lot of money, but when you think about it, that's about 3%, right, of like a transaction. And you're already paying 10% to eBay, 3% to PayPal, which is a pretty good amount. So you're not exactly paying a ton, and you are getting huge peace of mind and great protection because, especially as we know, eBay protects the buyer, and you, the seller, need to take the steps such as buying insurance to protect yourself because you know eBay is not going to help you out. Another thing, something quick you can do is I definitely throw some extra bubble wrap or protection in your packages. It's not that hard, it just takes a little bit of time, and I think it's fair to assume that with the post office swamped, they're not going to be as careful, shall we say, with all of your packages that you've got going through. When you got valuables in there, it's best just to protect them. And a third thing I would do as a seller is I'd message your buyers if there's any snag in the shipping process, or just immediately on eBay, just message them. Message the buyer, let them know that you're putting their package in the mail, and I think that you care about them getting their package, and it could add a great personal touch. At least in my experience right now, I think the sellers who show me genuine concern in my package getting here, it really helps me trust them more. It makes me definitely less likely to file a return request sooner if something's lost in the mail. And as a seller, that's something you can take advantage of. Build that trust with your buyers just from a simple message. It definitely works. So if you made it this point in the video, if you're new to my channel, just drop a sub. Drop a like if you don't mind. Really helps out me with growing this channel, which I'm trying to do, and I really appreciate it. But anyways, on to the next. What if you're a buyer in the sports card market? So your primary concern as a seller was to make sure you get the money for your card and it doesn't get lost. Well, as a buyer, you're going to be protected by eBay if it gets lost. You're getting your money back. But your primary concern is getting that card and getting that card in a timely fashion. So assuming that it's a card that's one, rare, or two, that you're trying to flip, you really want to make sure you're not only getting that card in, because if it's rare, you don't exactly want the money back, you want that card because it's hard to track down. You can't go out there and just buy another one. And if you want to flip it fast, you need it in hand to capitalize on market movements, which are incredibly fast in the card market, as we know. So I'd recommend, if you're in one of those circumstances, especially dealing with a card that's like maybe $200 or more, asking the seller if they can provide you priority mail shipping for a couple extra dollars. It might cost you $3-4 extra dollars, but I would say well worth it. Priority mail seems to be getting through a lot faster nowadays than first class, and that's huge, especially if you're into high speculation plays or very hard cards to find, like I said. Much less likely to get lost, going to get there faster. Talking about $3 or $4, it seems like a no-brainer to me. Everybody should be doing this on their big cards. And you don't probably have to do this with cards that are, one, not that expensive, or two, you aren't going to flip super fast because the timeline doesn't matter a ton of how long it takes you to get them in. But it is very cheap, so I would probably recommend it in most scenarios. But another thing, I don't know if this will always work for you, might not work, but I would possibly encourage your sellers to buy some insurance on the cards they're mailing you. They might not want to do it. That's kind of their choice. It's not really your, ability to decide if they're buying insurance, but if they're insured, it's going to make the return process for you in the event that it doesn't come a lot easier. They're not going to push back on you because they're going to know that the postal service is going to pay them out and they're going to be covered. So it makes that return process a lot smoother for you as the buyer. They'll be a lot more receptive to it if they're insured, obviously. Elephant in the room I haven't addressed is the idea of star stock, right? Like star stock, you're buying and trading cards exclusively online. They're in a vault. They're never coming into your hands. That definitely avoids the postal service issues right now, and I agree with that. But I think maybe in some cases it could be good, but one, they don't have everything, and two, I think it takes some of the fun out of getting, the cards in hand, and some of that fun and joy of seeing new cards is what helps keep me, rejuvenated and fresh and excited about the hobby. And I would just be wary of that if you're going to delve into star stock. I can talk more about that later in a different video, but I just want to get these tips out. And anyways, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time.